and welcome to Leatherneck Insider. I'm Nick Grunwald.
And I'm Johnny Jazarowski. WIU women's soccer has started off this new season strong, winning more games already than they did all of last season. The Leathernecks are on a hot streak, going unbeaten in their last 7 games.
After a tough 2020 season, the Leathernecks are back and in mid-season form already. I got the chance to sit down with the driving force behind this hot start, Amy Andrews, as we talked about the early success for the Leathernecks.
Chemistry both on and off the field has been the best it's been since I've been here. We're literally a family now, and we all just really want to fight for each other all the time, and we just trust each other a lot more on the field now, and it's just really nice to see and be a part of. After all the years of heartbreak we've had of just losing games and not really enjoying it as much, we've just been so desperate this year, and especially knowing that we've got teammates leaving.
Not only is the team off to a great start, but Andrews is off to quite a hot start of her own, winning Summit League Offensive Player of the Week twice in the first few months of the season.
I'm just way more confident this year. I had a good season last season, like you said, and I came into this one just even more motivated and even more confident than before. Yeah, I've been very successful so far, and I just really hope I can continue that for the rest of the season because we're nowhere near done yet. We've got a lot of work to do.
Andrews and the Leathernecks had their sights set on a deep run in the Summit League this year.
Our main goal is to get through to the Summit League tournament. That's always been our goal every season. That's our main goal. We know we're capable of getting a good result against all the teams in our league.
Andrews will look to stay in form as WIU aims to make a deep run when they make their return to Summit League play October 1st. For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Nick Grunwald.
We'll be following closely as they begin Summit League play in October. Experience is always key in sports. For WIU men's golf team, that will determine their success.
After an amazing season last year with each member of the golf team doing great, the new season is upon us, and the men's golf team is ready to drive into the new season.
Saw a lot of good things, like you said. Cam won, Parker won. I think in the past, sometimes it's where only one or two of us play really well, but I think now coming into this season, I think we're going to really find a pattern of where we all play well, not only for Valpo, but this whole season.
Well, hopefully it'll give us some confidence going in. COVID was kind of a bench time for all of us, which wasn't very fun. So it's great that we have success to look back on and build on. So I think that should make them feel pretty powerful and ready to play. So,
with how successful the golf team was last year, it's all about bringing in the momentum from last year onto this one.
I guess an example for me, like when I'm not on the course, something I do off the course is really try to work and improve my mental game. When you're on the course, playing 18 holes, that usually lasts 4.5 hours. And then on the 36 hole days, you're out there from sunup to sundown. So it's really, really tough to focus.
This has been Daniel Anaya reporting for Leatherneck Insider.
Thank you, Daniel. The Western Illinois golf team looks to build off the Valpo Fall Invitational as they will travel to Des Moines for the Zach Johnson Invite on Monday, September 27th.
The Western Illinois volleyball team played in a series of tournaments for the last few weeks, and during those tournaments, star player Kennedy Davis was selected as an all-tournament performer for the 3rd consecutive time. Davis, only a sophomore, has taken a leadership role for this Leatherneck squad and is continuing to not only reach achievements of her own, but is helping others reach new career highs.
Super exciting for my, teammates, my family, and myself. I think we've, as a team, worked really, really hard. And so everyone's happy for me. I mean, people are getting career highs in these games. And so everyone's just honestly excited for each and every one of us and the work we have accomplished.
The Leathernecks have concluded their non-conference schedule and will start fresh as they go into Summit League play.
Very, very excited, very optimistic. We're just ready to ball out. I mean, we're excited to pull some wins out. We've been working really, really hard, getting the chemistry together and, putting a lot of work in practices and, building things on games. And I think it's starting to come together. So we're excited to see the outcome when conference starts next week.
The Western Illinois volleyball team will be back into Summit League action beginning this Thursday, the 23rd, on the road against Denver, and they will have their home opener on September 30th against North Dakota State. 2 freshmen, Madison Trevina and Malia Huston, have been leading the women's cross-country team after being named athletes to watch this season. Trevina, who finished 15th at the Bradley Intercollegiate Meet this past weekend, had a time of 18 minutes and 20 seconds, being the first woman to finish the race for Western Illinois University. Houston took her shot at cross country for the first time and placed in the top 25 after winning state for the 800 meter in track and field in 2021. The women's team earned third overall in the meet last weekend.
Coming up next, Kylie Rogers joins us to discuss Western's first home game.
Your vision.
My goal is to work at a top 100 television station as a reporter, anchor, and a producer.
Our mission.
Thanks to Western, I have a resume that would beat out most students from the top journalism schools in the country.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Taking me home, taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home, bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home, bring me back.
Here, I do research.
Right here at Western.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. The WIU football team has started their fall campaign against 3 ranked teams. Leatherneck Insider reporter Kylie Rogers has more on the story. Hi, Kylie.
Hey, Nick and Johnny. Western Illinois has started their fall season 0-3 after falling to Ball State, Montana, and Eastern Washington. In those 3 games, many Leathernecks had breakout games. The senior trio of Dennis Houston, Michael Lawson, and quarterback Connor Sampson are some of those players. The senior leadership from those guys is one thing Coach Jared Elliott is pleased with.
The super seniors, whatever you want to call them, they've been here a long time. And these guys, they're veterans, they're mature, they care a lot. They have a lot invested into this program. And so, that part gives you a lot of assurance just as a coach, knowing that, you got the right guys with the right messaging in your locker room and guys that understand what it takes to win in the areas that we need to improve. And so, those guys, they show up to work every day with the right mindset, but yet they really grab the younger guys and bring them along. And so I've been pleased with our leadership. I really have been. We've got really good young men that are bought in and all in and have a really good understanding of what we got to do here to win football games.
The senior trio of Dennis Houston, Michael Lawson, and Connor Sampson have had a good 2021 campaign so far this season. The senior wideout Dennis Houston has racked up 455 yards on 28 receptions with 4 touchdowns this season. He's also earned Player of the Week in Week 1 against Ball State. Through the first 2 games, Michael Lawson recorded 27 tackles, 17 of them being solo, forced 3 fumbles and 2 picks, one being a 75-yard pick 6, which sits 9th all-time in WIU history. Lawson continued his success this past weekend against Eastern Washington. Moving back to the offense, the man under center, Connor Sampson, earned himself Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week for his performance against Eastern Washington. Sampson threw for a career-high 425 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 67.4 passing percentage. Great work, gentlemen. WIU football will travel to Youngstown State this weekend, looking for their first win of the season.
Thank you, Kylie. WIU men's soccer is underway as they begin conference play this weekend. Here's Abdoulaye Doucouré with more on the story.
With the Summer League Championship game being held in Macomb, I had a chance to talk to the Leatherneck men's soccer head coach Eric Johnson about how they are feeling about being the host of the conference and the pressure it followed. Here is what he had to say about it.
So the opportunity to host is a good experience for our guys, but it also puts pressure on the team because only the top 4 teams of the 7 will participate in that tournament. So the regular season games against our league opponents are very important and critical. It puts a lot of pressure on those games, but our guys are looking forward to the challenge and the opportunity to play themselves into the tournament. The pressure is a part of sports, and on game day you have to rise to the occasion. We've played a really difficult schedule so far. I think that helps prepare. We're getting fitter. Our new players are getting acclimated to playing in Division I soccer. That's a big jump for most of them, and the difficulty of the games we played so far has has opened their eyes a little bit. So we need to continue to improve, to compete over the 90 minutes and not have mental lapses. And then we'll be fine and ready for that opening game.
I also had a chance to talk to senior Luke Duval on how they are preparing for the upcoming games.
For the game this weekend, it's a really difficult game. So each day at practice, we're looking at what we've done in our past games and what we can improve on. And then we're taking that out of the field, working on it at practice. And we'll also take a look at the teams that we play, see how they play, and see where we can find some advantages against them.
WIU men's soccer team will start the conference play against Denver. Reporting from Leatherneck Insider, I am Abdullah Dukure.
Thank you, Abdullah. 3 new faces will be around Alfred D. Boyer Stadium this upcoming season. Third-year head coach Andy Pasco boosts his staff by adding Tanner Holland, Jared Morton, and Tyler Sheriff. Holland will serve as an assistant coach to Pasco. Sheriff will take the responsibilities of pitching coach and recruiting coordinator, with Morton being a graduate assistant coach. Coach Pasco said this is an exciting young coaching staff that we are able to bring in for this year. I like the energy and the knowledge that all 3 guys bring to the table. Coming up on Leatherneck Insider, reporter Johnny Jazarowski caught up with new Macomb High head coach Tanner Horrell. Stay tuned for more.
Western Illinois University. Our beginnings in 1902 focused on providing affordable teacher education training. We've changed with the times and excelled through the years. Today, Western is positioned for the next 100 years and beyond. Affordability of diverse academic programs, outstanding learning opportunities, and hands-on experiences provide excellent job placement for our graduates. This is Western, forever Western.
Your vision.
As an economics major studying investment banking, I find the world of finance intriguing.
Our mission.
My professors are excellent, and they're preparing me for success in the business industry.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am Leatherneck.
Back to Leatherneck Insider. The Macomb High football season is kicked off, and there are some new additions to the team. Here's Johnny Jazarowski with more on the story.
After a promising 3-2 season last year, there has been a change at head coach for Macomb High. Offensive coordinator Tanner Horrell is taking control, and the Bombers haven't missed a step. They are currently 3-1 and have won 3 straight games, while outscoring their opponents 136-24 in those 3 wins.
After the first week, we kind of had to reset and regather ourselves, but just being more physical. We've been really physical on both sides of the ball at the line and making plays with our receivers and DBs.
With a strong start, Macomb is looking destined for those end-of-the-season goals.
Beginning of the year, we set some goals that we wanted to compete for a conference championship and make the playoffs and kind of build from there.
For Leatherneck Insider, I'm Johnny Jazarowski.
The Bombers look to continue their win streak as they get ready to take on Farmington this Friday night.
As the winning streak on the gridiron transfers over to the hardwood, the Macomb High volleyball team has been on a tear this season. The Bombers are currently 15-2 with win streaks of 5 and 7. We send it to pay.
The Macomb High School girls volleyball team has been very successful so far this year, and head coach Brianna Retro says it is because the same group of girls have been playing together since they were young.
A lot of success I would contribute to is how much they play. They've been playing together since they were younger. Since they were in 4th grade, this group has been together, and then they also work together with the other groups below them consistently. We've been doing the same drills and same culture since they were in 4th grade grew up. They really work well together, and the teamwork and camaraderie that we build inside the gym, amongst all levels, I think is what's really been their defining success.
She also says it has to do with the experience of the team.
Yeah, they have a lot of experience. Both the juniors and seniors were state qualifiers in junior high. The seniors won state and junior high, and then they played club, since they've been together. Avery Rexrow is our starting setter, and she's been running the offense for our setter for 4 years now. This is her 4th year running our offense. Sam is one of my middles. She played for me her freshman year here, moved to Effingham, played some varsity there, and then now she's back here. My outside Kennedy Adair is one of my main hitters, and she's been a starter on my varsity since she was a freshman. So we have a lot of experience offensively. Defensively, we've got a lot of girls that have been playing club and years together.
Seniors Sam Urch and Avery Rexrow talked about what keeps them motivated and what the goals are for the rest of the year.
It's just fun coming in after school and having a long day to just have a release and be able to come just practice with my friends. I guess we all just have really big goals, and we try to work off of each other and push each other, and that keeps us motivated because we all want to make each other better in the long run.
Our goal just for the rest of the season is to go far in postseason, and if we work hard each day in practice, I believe that we can make it there.
From Macomb High, I'm Peyton Hutchins, reporting from Leatherneck.
Thank you, Peyton. Their next home game is Thursday, September 23rd against Lewistown. Good luck, ladies.
Transferring from the hardwood to the golf course, the Macomb High girls golf team has already hit a postseason goal.
On Monday, September 13th, the Macomb High girls golf team took home first place at their conference tournament. The Bombers shot a .346 as a team, which was 69 shots ahead of the runner-up Havana.
I was trying to get all the players to really focus on that tournament. I felt like that was our chance to win a tournament, set a good precedent for the next couple of years when being in the league. And I thought that our score really surprised a lot of people, and it should give us a lot of wind in our sails for the season as we go along.
Senior Lily Vardaman shot a 78 for the Bombers while taking home a medalist honors.
I just always trust my game and know that what I'm going to do will work if I'm confident in myself, and I don't let anyone get in my head. I just trust my feelings and know I'm going to be okay if I do that.
The Bombers look to carry this momentum into their next invitational on the 25th at Gibson Woods. From Leatherneck Insider, I'm Johnny Jazarowski.
Macomb High's next step on the road to state is the Sherrard Regional on September 30th. We'll be back for more.
Your vision.
When I arrived at Western, I discovered the fields of recreation, park, and tourism administration.
Our mission.
My professors challenged me to develop new ideas and help me grow as a student and a person.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Your vision.
I plan on working for an agricultural company and eventually running my family's farm.
Our mission.
My professors are invested in my success. Western helped me find an excellent internship with a leading agricultural company.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Ferguson isn't your typical graduate student here at Western Illinois. Over the summer, Ferguson competed in her second Olympics. Yeah, that's right. WIU's own represented the Marshall Islands in the Tokyo Games. Leatherneck Insider reporter Dane McElwee got the opportunity to sit down with the two-time Olympic swimmer to recap her experience.
Ferguson, a 22-year-old grad student at West Illinois Quad Cities, has a title that comes with only being the best of the best. That title is being crowned as a two-time Olympian. Colleen touched on the impact it had representing her home country, the Marshall Islands.
Really amazing. You know, having the opportunity to represent my home country, I mean, that's always been a blast. I've been doing it for since 2013. So, you know, especially on the world's biggest stage, I was just ecstatic to be there. I love being there with my friends and my teammates and my coaches. You know, it was kind of unreal. Honestly, I also went to 2016, so I was able to see the two differences between the two Olympics. And so I genuinely thought it was amazing, and I thought my experience was great, and I couldn't have wanted it any other way.
Ferguson, along with fellow Marshallese swimmer Philip Canono, were the flag bearers for the island during opening ceremonies. Being able to experience opening ceremonies was a time that Colleen will never forget.
I got the opportunity to actually be the flag bearer this year, so that was an incredible experience. Again, like I said, honored to have been able to, wave my flag so proudly, walking out of the stadium and showing the entire world, like, this is my flag, this is the country that I grew up in. Opening ceremonies is crazy. There were so many athletes there. I think that's probably my favorite part was opening ceremonies, because all the traditional wear and to see the different cultures was outstanding, absolutely beautiful. We had different countries wearing different things. We had countries wearing, their traditional wear. That's what I did. And, I loved it. I was able to share my culture with however many countries were, at Tokyo. And so I guess that was a big difference. In Rio, I kind of was just walking, not carrying the flag. So my teammate and I got to carry the flag, and I think that was the best experience that, I've ever had in my life.
In 2016, she competed in the 50-meter freestyle, which she ranked 58th. With the pandemic, she compared the challenges and difficulties she had to face in the 2020 Summer Games.
With COVID, there was a lack of, facilities to use and training opportunities prior to me swimming at Azura, Florida. So I was beyond grateful for my move in training to go to Florida.
The lack of facilities and training opportunities weren't the only challenges she had to face. The biggest impact was not having a full arena. With limited people in attendance, Colleen didn't have the opportunity to swim in front of fans as she did in 2016.
Honestly, I miss the fans a lot. The fans have a lot to do with, the atmosphere and how the stadium is and how the arenas are. So like I said, I loved having the fans. Even at opening ceremonies, we knew the cameras were there, so we knew that everybody was watching us there. But, it was just completely different not having them scream at us and not scream at us, but, cheer us on as we walked out to the stadium and stuff. So that's probably one thing I absolutely missed. I mean, it was still good to have the other swimmers there, from all the other countries, but even then it wasn't filling up the entire, all the seats and stuff. So I definitely missed the fans this year.
Appearing in not one, but 2 Olympics is definitely an experience of a lifetime, and something very few are able to say. Reporting for Leatherneck Insider, I'm Dane McAwee.
That's all the time we have for today. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram, and be sure to like us on Facebook. Leatherneck Insider will be back next week. And until then, I'm Nick Ringwald.
And I'm Johnny Jazarowski. We'll see you next week.